Hi! A few months ago, Craftamo reached out to me and asked me to design a brush set with them. I got so excited and immediately said yes. I never had any brush I was overly excited about, so I took the chance and created my own little set. I had a say in all of it, the brush types, the sizes, the handles, the colors, and today I'm going to show you how I painted the design for the boxes the brushes come in. I took the palette knife and put all of the paints onto my palette. Of course you don't have to do that if you have paint tubes, but I have all of my paints in these little glass bottles, so that works perfectly. You can also use the palette knife for the background, and yeah, that's what I did in that painting as well. I used my big brush to mix the color up. I used ultramarine blue and burnt umber. That's the color of my background. So the background of my reference picture has like an actual brick wall on top of it, but I just thought it would look nice if the top is a bit like lighter than the bottom. So I took a bit of titanium white and mixed it into the color. I wasn't really happy with the texture of the palette knife, so I took the big brush and yeah, just like fix it up a bit. I'm going to talk more about each brush in my next video when I can show you all of them, do a little bit of an unboxing and also talk about the different sizes, but in this video I'm just going to show you how I painted the design for the box. Okay, so after that I skipped like the second flat brush and went into the next one. That one is like a round brush. It's a bit bigger, but it's perfect for like everything in between. After using the bigger round brush, I took the smaller one and did all of the leaves. That's the perfect size for painting leaves. You can just use the brush size to your advantage and just like dab it onto the paper instead of sculpting each leaf. I used the same colors as I did with the background, but I did mix in a little bit of olive green and a bit more white as I went along, so each layer is going to be a bit lighter than the other one. That's a technique I'm always using, like start with the darkest color and work my way up to the lightest one, so I get a lot of depth and more shadows and highlights. To create this color I also mixed in a little bit of yellow ochre. Always think that it adds so much. You can see here that I mixed them. That's when I added a bit of details. The background had like these tiny speckles with yellow ochre. And the next step is painting the flowers. I used the same technique. I started with a bit of a darker blue color, and to desaturate the color a bit I mixed a bit of burnt umber into the ultramarine blue and the titanium white. And as I went along I just added a bit more white, so the flowers get lighter and lighter with each layer. That one has to be my favorite brush out of all of them. Like, I think I could just be fine with only using that one. I really like it. You can do so much with it. It's also perfect for like tiny little stems and lines, but I do prefer the rigger brush because it's just like more precise and you can do finer lines even. That's when I realized that my green shades wasn't really, like my green color wasn't really picking up, so I decided to add another layer of like brighter green. Like that's the thing with wash, it always, like the darker colors always tend to be like even darker when they dry, and it's opposite with the lighter colors. They most of the times they just get lighter when they dry up, but you just have to see like how it looks after a few minutes when it's all dried, and then you can just put on another layer. It always adds to the painting, and I think it makes it more realistic the more layers you have, so it's not that bad. So that's when I painted the white flowers. Instead of using pure white, I mixed in a little bit of yellow ochre just to tone it down a bit, so I can leave up the pure white until the very end and add a few highlights. That's what I usually do. I'm still using the same brush, and now I'm adding the details into the white flowers with a bit of yellow ochre, and I think I put a bit of burnt umber in it as well. And because I didn't use pure white before, I can do that now with the little tiny lines in the middle of the flowers, so you can actually see them. If I had put on the white beforehand, I wouldn't be able to do that. So now my rigger brush has its turn. I use it for the tiny little lines that go across the blue lumbago flowers. You can see how easy it is with that brush. It's honestly so amazing to me because I never had a rigger brush before, so yeah, I'm kind of new to the game, but I'm honestly so amazed because it works perfect every time. I don't have to like hold my breath and put the brush down. I can just use it normally because it does a good job. So that's when I added more of the stems. I also did that with the rigger brush, and a few more dots. That's the part of my painting process when I just like look at the overall reference and just see what I can add, what needs to be added, and some stuff I just leave out because I don't think it adds anything to the painting. And you have to get away from the reference as well, just to like see how your own painting looks and what you can add and what you don't like, what you like. So I realized that I like need some of the flowers that aren't bloomed yet, so some of the flower buds. And that's what I added at that point. But we're nearly finished. So before I like ripped off the tape, I blow dried it so I can be sure it's perfectly dry, and then I took the tape off and signed with my name. And I always sign with the name of the flowers in Latin. That's also what the flower, like what the painting is called. And then I put like the year, and that's it. Hope you liked it. Bye.